His man also, so
Big voice! Hello everybody, I think you can all see me. Good. On behalf of Amy and Matt, thank you for coming here today to share in their celebration with Theo. Today's celebration fulfills several roles. Firstly, the naming of a child establishes his individuality. Secondly, Amy and Matt will be dedicating themselves to the upbringing of the child by making a series of promises. Making these promises in front of all of you will help them to keep them. And thirdly, there are other adults who are going to promise a special concern for the welfare of this little boy as he matures into adulthood. This is the third time I've stood here to name a Stuttle. I'll try and keep it short. Like I've said, one of the things we're here to do today in the ceremony is to establish Theo's individuality. Several of us, I have in my words, but actually most of us here, I think, helped Amy and Matt do this for Freddie. And then for Monty, it's perhaps particularly important for a third child to establish an individuality when there's already two older Stuttle boys running around. I remember when Amy said she was pregnant with Theo, when she told us. First question we asked was, is it a boy or a girl? And Amy rolled her eyes to heaven and said, a boy, of course, we only do blue babies. But Theo isn't another Freddie, or another Monty, or another Matt, or another Amy. Theo is a Theo. In fact, Theo is this Theo, as we and he are slowly discovering. I remember a drunken conversation 15 or 20 years ago, discussing the prospect of having children. My friend, who was and is defiantly childless,
I like you, Toby.
said that having children was an inherently selfish act. I disagreed, and said that my reason for wanting children is that the world is a very imperfect place, and so I wanted to raise a small army of people who think like me to improve it. Since I last named a Stuttle, I have a daughter of my own, which is stage one in that plan. I have realised, though, that my grand plan may need revising, since my daughter disagrees with me quite a lot. I'm not sure it's going to be quite as easy as I take to get her marching in step. And of course Theo too will have all his own thoughts and ideas, and his own opinions on how the world should be run. In fact, he probably already has them, even if he can't quite tell us yet. One of life's great joys is meeting someone and making a new friend, learning what they like, what they don't like, chatting with them, and over the course of weeks, months or years, finding how their thoughts chime with yours. How much more wonderful is it to be part of that process for an entire lifetime? To see Theo as he grows, to speak with him as he learns to communicate, and to begin to find out about Theo's unique take on the world around him. The celebration today is for Theo, but let's remember that it's also for all of us. Amy, Matty, Freddie and Monty, and all their families and friends who are here to welcome Theo. I'm sure Theo is having a lovely time today, but he probably won't remember it. We all will remember it, so let's celebrate today not just Theo's naming, but the life that he's beginning, and the privilege and joy that's been given to all of us, because we're being invited into that life. Amy, Matt, Freddie and Monty, please bring forward your son and brother to be named. The child's name is important. It identifies him to family, friends and community. So today, I ask you to confirm the name you've given to this child.
What have you called him? Can you remember? What's his big name?
Theo Stuttle.
No, that's you. Alexander Frank Stuttle. I think so, yeah, we've reached consensus.
Theo Stuttle, you are welcome today by your family, by the friends gathered here in your honour, and as a member of the wider community in which you take your place. Amy, Matt, Freddie and Monty, do you promise to respect Theo as an individual and to help him develop his own thoughts and opinions?
Do you?
Do you promise to offer Theo a good example so that he learns right from wrong, truth from dishonesty? Do you promise to commit yourself to the best of your ability to provide a secure, loving and caring at home will help Theo fulfill his true potential in life. Do you promise to nurture a spirit of curiosity, courage and enthusiasm, so that Theo will not be afraid of life's challenges but can meet them with quiet confidence?
Yes.
Do you promise to encourage and support Theo in his chosen endeavours, irrespective of success or failure? Encourage him to express his own thoughts and feelings without fear of rejection, and teach him moral values to enable him to become a responsible and caring adult?
Yes.
Freddie and Monty, do you promise to be good brothers to Theo, to look after him when he's too small to look after himself, to support him and help him when he does begin to take steps of his own, and always to be his friend, as he will be yours?
Good boy.
Freddie,
Hello.
say your words here.
Let's say your words.
How much left you
Would you like Toby to lift you up?
You are heavier than my daughter.
Right, go on,
Freddie,
Freddie.
do you remember your words?
Remember your words.
I'll help Theo eat stuff like mashed potato, beans and sausages and not eat Lego. How to play with Lego, not just eat it.
Yay!
I like it.
You like him because he doesn't cry.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's adorable.
Theo's grandparents will also be very important people in his life, and they're now going to declare their support. Penny, George, Chris and Chris, if you'd like to come forward.
That's you. You're the George.
Yeah, I'm the George.
Will you all give Theo the love, encouragement and support which you have given to Amy, Matt, Freddie and Monty, and from which they continue to benefit? Will you offer Theo, by your example, a broad and balanced view of life, and for as long as possible use your experience of life to enhance his development? Finally, promises for the friends, which is all of you. There's a well-known African proverb, it takes a whole village to raise a child. In our complex world, even the most loving and capable parents benefit from help in raising their children. You have all been invited here as close family and friends of Amy and Matt. I would like to ask you now, if you feel able, to help supplement Amy and Matt's care and love for Theo. Do you promise that in times of difficulty, Amy and Matt can turn to you for reassurance and help?
Yes.
Will you care for Theo, keep him in your thoughts, offer guidance and support, and endeavour to see no harm comes to him?
Yes.
Do you promise to keep careful watch over Theo until he grows to be an adult, and to be always ready to advise, encourage and comfort him?
Yes.
Will you endeavour to help Theo live his lifetime true to the values his family have taught him, and to rest in the confidence that he will be loved and treasured always?
Yes.
Theo is an expression of the love between his parents, and a further addition to the Stuttle family. As we celebrate his life and reflect upon the miracle of birth, may we also wish that the love which created him will continue to bind his family together, so that they will remain united in their love and care for each other. I'd like to close with a quote from a novel by Kurt Vonnegut. It's part of a baptismal speech one of the characters intends to give. It's addressed to a pair of twins, but I think it works for Theo. Hello babies, welcome to Earth. It's hot in the summer and cold in the winter. Round and wet and crowded. At the outside babies, you've got about 100 years here. But there's only one rule I know of, babies. God damn it, you've got to be kind. Thank you all for coming, and I know you will join me in wishing Theo well, and looking forward to watching him grow up. And I think there's going to be toast.
There's going to be toast. Toby, as many of you know, has named our 3 boys. He also married us 8 years ago as well. He's probably probably, I was thinking, one of our oldest friends. We've known him all the time as a couple, and I think it's probably one of the people that we've known for the longest as a couple. And he has been a central part in the most important days of our lives. So thank you, and I think this is going to be the last one.
Yeah, you're off.
Thank you very much.
You're very, very welcome.
Everyone has been
Well
a
done,
pleasure.
Toby.
We just know what's
Yay!
Yeah, can I get some drinks?
Yes. We need what now? Toasting potion. Oh yes.
I hope you're getting lots of pictures.
And lots of moving pictures.
Yeah, lots of pictures. Lots of pictures.
Hey! You look so happy, Trace. That's more like it.
Happy. Sit on the walking stick as you go through them.
Yes, don't fall over each other. That would be one of the bit of a comedy of errors there. Hello, Dad.
Here's Dad. Look.
Well, we were just talking about.
Yeah, we're taking lots of pictures.
Well, I've taken a few still pictures.
Good.
But you know, it just occurred to me I've videoed all 3 of the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, this one.
Might not be. Did Gracie's Day as well from the back of the church.
Yeah, that's right.
Like everything else, though, I'm running about 4 years behind on my